Hello, and welcome to Allegion's 2021 Olathe Manufacturing Day. My name is Jamie Holpuck, and I want to thank you so much for joining us today for our virtual field trip. We've got a great event planned for you today with many team members and leaders from across Allegion excited to share their experiences in the manufacturing industry with you. We hope you'll enjoy our next 90 minutes together and find the information valuable and informative. We'll have dedicated time for questions and answers towards the end of the event, but please feel free to submit your questions at any time throughout the presentation using the chat feature on the right-hand side of your Teams live screen. Let's go ahead and get started. While we aren't in person at our locations today, we do want to invite you to take a virtual tour with us, during which you'll have the opportunity to see our operations in Kansas, as well as Indiana, Illinois, Ohio, Tennessee, Texas, Colorado, California, and Washington. Let's take a look.
At Allegion, we believe manufacturing is both a vibrant and essential industry, with many new trends impacting what we do every day, from robotics to the Internet of Things and more. There's no doubt that the creators of tomorrow have important roles to fill in pioneering safety and security at Allegion, both now and in the future. Guided by a shared vision of seamless access and a safer world, our employees are innovators, building products and solutions that create peace of mind. As a global manufacturer with more than 30 brands in our portfolio, we invest in tools, technology, and our employees. Because of this, we have a healthy U.S. presence, where those employees build mechanical and electronic locks, emergency exit devices, door closers, steel frames, and many other security solutions that help keep people safe at work, at home, in our community, and on the move. Let's take a look at some of our essential facilities and incredible jobs. Near Seattle in Everett, Washington, Allegion's AD System solutions are produced in a 50,000 square foot facility. Since 2009, AD Systems has manufactured high-quality door systems for customers across healthcare, hospitality, commercial office, and education environments. Through a strong commitment to innovation and positive relationships with architects and designers, our experts in Everett quickly respond to the requests for custom work, ultimately building sliding doors and interior storefront assemblies for projects throughout the United States and abroad that can meet a variety of aesthetic, privacy, and safety needs. In fact, our AD Systems employees manufacture doors that can meet the strict health requirements of clinics and medical offices, as well as offer the energy-efficient and touch-free automated accessibility of the future. In Snoqualmie, Washington, also located near Seattle, Allegion produces technical glass products, or TGP, solutions. Since 1980, TGP has been supplying specialized glazing materials and systems for commercial and institutional buildings around the world. The brand is committed to helping solve challenges faced by architects, general contractors, and glaziers through its services and two product lines: fire-rated glass and framing, and specialty architectural glazing. You'll find these solutions at airports, schools, libraries, hospitals, and museums, among other places. TGP has exclusive agency relationships with Nippon Electric Glass, NEG, Pilkington, and RP Technic to distribute certain glass and framing product lines in North America and the Middle East. Our jobs in Snoqualmie range from assembly, with roles in fabrication, welding, and powder coating, to engineering, sales, and more. TGP solutions are additionally manufactured in Perrysburg, Ohio, where our talented experts cut and package fire-rated glass to be paired with frames built in Snoqualmie or sold separately as loose glass for other customized applications. There, our state-of-the-art facility boasts nearly 70,000 square feet of manufacturing space, with opportunities to operate robotic equipment, as well as automated machines that, on average, process sheets of glass that weigh more than 800 pounds. The Perrysburg facility has two main product lines: Pyrostop glass and Firelight glass, and the local team averages cutting more than 6,000 pieces of glass per month. Our Steelcraft brand boasts two manufacturing locations, a West Coast service and manufacturing center just east of Los Angeles in Chino, California, where we assemble and produce custom hollow metal doors and frames, and our main plant in Blue Ash, Ohio, near Cincinnati. While we proudly produce high-quality steel doors and frames at both facilities, our long-standing manufacturing history is rooted in Blue Ash. Located there for more than 75 years, a visit to our operations showcases talented employees with expertise in materials handling, welding, laser operating, and fabrication, creating doors intended to withstand fires as well as tornado and hurricane winds. Our production process starts with order entry, configuration, scheduling, and programming, and then moves to manufacturing our doors and frames from beginning to end, with finish on the paint line before shipping. From there, they go everywhere. That's right, you'll find these doors and frames around the world too, at medical centers, schools, and commercial offices. Some of our solutions can be seen in popular gathering places too, like the Superdome in New Orleans, the State Convention Center in Washington, and Iowa's State Sports Performance Center. You'll find our products at Ohio University, the University of Michigan, and the University of Kansas too. In Security, Colorado, close to Colorado Springs, we produce keys, lock cylinders, and mechanical locks, as well as high security credentials and biometric products, all for commercial buildings. We've operated there for more than 40 years, and our talented employees process over 100,000 parts per day and configure and test a wide array of high security products that are distributed to customers across the globe. The site is comprised of critical roles that include engineering, fabrication, assembly, testing, distribution, and supply chain management. Our associates use innovative tools like 3D printing, high-speed precision machining, and computer-aided design programs. We're especially proud to manufacture the Schlage brand of security solutions that provide seamless access at office buildings, universities, medical centers, and other vital places through mobile credentials. Our Olathe Operations has produced mechanical lock cylinders and keys for more than 40 years in the Johnson County area. Located just outside of Kansas City, our facility includes a nearly 300,000 square foot warehouse and employees who also work in distribution, customer care, and sales. In fact, any Schlage residential lock that you see at your local hardware store, like Lowe's or Home Depot, has been supplied through our Olathe Operations. That means if you live in the United States and have a Schlage door lock on your home, it passed through our facility here. We fulfill approximately 300 orders per day and ship nearly $1 million worth of product daily from this facility. With core competencies in assembly as well as shipping and receiving, there are many incredible opportunities to play a role in delivering Allegion's vision of seamless access and a safer world. Allegion also has a strong legacy in Illinois, where we have manufactured LCN door closers at our Princeton facility on Railroad Avenue for more than 70 years. Here we've invested in state-of-the-art equipment, from CNC machines that can be programmed to run multiple processes for manufacturing multiple product lines at the same time, to cobots that work next to our people in an assembly line, driving extra flexibility and efficiency. Using this equipment requires problem solving and troubleshooting, programming, digitization, and automation skills. You'll also find lab technicians that specialize in product testing, tool makers, and maintenance teams, all of whom play a vital role in taking our security solutions from start to finish. LCN products can be found in many high-traffic facilities such as schools, hospitals, government and correctional buildings around the world. Our creators produce 35 different series of closures and door hardware to choose from, products that have 15 to 20 years of operating life. Our Republic brand proudly operates in McKenzie, Tennessee, sitting in the northwest region of the state at the tri-point of Carroll, Henry, and Weakley counties. We've built high-quality hollow metal doors and frames there for more than 40 years, and today our talented creators produce 300,000 frames and 80,000 doors annually. You'll see our solutions everywhere from national museums in Washington, D.C. to corporate data centers on the West Coast. Our people specialize in customizing products to meet customers' exact needs. For instance, our talented employees grind down metal to prepare for a seamless door edge application, many times required for schools, hospitals, and commercial kitchens. And while our employees focus on customer needs, they've also innovated many of the ways we work to improve safety, ergonomics, quality, and efficiency. Because of that, you'll see automated processes and conveyors in McKenzie that transfer our doors and frames through different phases of production. But our people make the difference, running control stations, cutting and forming systems, paint lines, and commercial drying ovens, among other important equipment. And because we work with steel, precision welding drives our solutions to be strong and durable for years of continuous service. Yet another Allegion facility, located in Irving, Texas, features state-of-the-art custom manufacturing for our Republic hollow metal doors and frames. There, our experts use laser technology to make high-precision cuts of metal sheets that provide speed and flexibility, as well as minimal waste and greater efficiency for projects. Our operators additionally use brake presses to safely and accurately form frames, welding stations to match specific order requirements, and paint stations to put on the finishing touches. Unique skills utilized throughout these production processes highlight the level of talent our experts possess and that are needed in today's modern world of manufacturing. Rounding out our U.S. manufacturing footprint, we have 2 production facilities in Indianapolis, Indiana, located right down the street from each other. Operating on Toby Drive for more than 30 years and in the state for more than 100 years, we build Von Duprin and Falcon exit devices, as well as Glynn Johnson, Ives, and Zero International door hardware there. We're known for inventing the emergency exit device, as well as all of the customization we can provide for those life-saving devices today, which you'll see in nearly every public building, be it a government facility, a grocery store, a restaurant, a movie theater, a place of worship, a university, or otherwise. In fact, we produce more than 100,000 unique configurations in an average year. On any given day, we fulfill around 700 orders, requiring a cross-trained and flexible workforce with competencies in stamping, CNC machining, powder coating, plating, laser cutting, and etching. Our main line has a state-of-the-art vision system with 3D work instructions. It's so sophisticated that it detects errors and stops the line if a device is not built exactly as ordered. Our people play a critical role, through problem solving, in keeping our customers safe whenever and wherever our solutions are used. There's no doubt that Allegion employees are innovators, creating new and better ways to keep people safe. The manufacturing jobs found at our U.S. and global sites today are centered on employee empowerment, engagement, and problem solving. From assembly, engineering, IT, materials management, distribution and logistics, robotics, environmental, health and safety, tool making, and more, the career paths are vibrant and valuable at Allegion, and our work has never been more important.
Hello, my name is Joaquin Orozco. I'm the Human Resource Manager for Olathe Operations here. Welcome. We're so excited to have you with us for our 2021 Virtual Manufacturing Day. Each year, we hold this event in October to celebrate the amazing opportunities in manufacturing, and we hope to inspire some of you to pursue a career in this great industry, because there are many vibrant and valuable jobs. Manufacturing, as we've definitely seen through the global pandemic, is essential. Think about it. If something isn't grown, it has to be made. And at Allegion, our work matters. Allegion has continued operating throughout the COVID-19 pandemic to continue producing our essential products, which do provide safety and security at medical centers and hospitals, among many other places. Of course, our event this year is virtual to help protect your health and safety, as well as the health and safety of our 100+ on-site local team members. As a business that's been located here in Johnson County, Kansas for more than 43 years, health and safety is our top priority. At Allegion, we invest in our employees and our facilities. If you were in person with us for this tour today, you'd see many updates to help protect our people, like temperature screenings, social distancing, daily cleaning regimens, and continued use of masks in close contact with one another. And even though you aren't here in person, we're going to spend the next 90 minutes showing you everything we can about who we are and what manufacturing careers look like. Allegion has 30 brands around the globe. You'll see many of these brands produce products in the United States. Some of these we'll cover with you today include Schlage locks, as well as Allegion, Von Duprin, TGP, Steelcraft, and Republic. We manufacture safety and security products ranging from mechanical and electronic door locks for homes and public buildings to door closers, emergency exit devices, doors, frames, hinges, knobs, levers, kick plates, access controls, credentials, and readers, as well as many other solutions. While Allegion is a global company, all of our locations, our employees, and our brands are connected by a shared vision and purpose. Our vision is seamless access and a safer world. Allegion manufactures many solutions that aim to make security more convenient and keep people and their property safe. Our purpose is to create peace of mind by pioneering safety and security. Our employees are innovators, creating new and better ways to keep people safe, even adding connectivity and Internet of Things capabilities to make our products smart. Allegion has a unique culture that reflects shared values of our employees. We believe every voice matters. No matter your role at the company or your length of time here, we want people to be empowered and accountable. We believe that equity, inclusion, and diversity strengthen our teams, build employee engagement, deliver customer excellence, and produce superior business results. At our facilities, these products and solutions our people build help keep people and their properties safe. We strive to embrace our be safe and be healthy value. Manufacturing jobs today are safer than ever because of our new ideas and technology. And at Allegion, our values, investments have still driven us to have an incident rate that's 88% below the 2019 US industry average. Our employees are innovators, creating new and better ways to keep people safe, and even adding connectivity and Internet of Things capabilities to make our products smart. We believe working in and contributing to our community matters as well. Do the right thing and serve others, not yourself, are two values that lead us in giving back. Each year, our employees around the world are proud to directly support organizations and initiatives through donations, engagements, and thousands of hours of volunteerism. We invest in Gallup engagement programs, regularly sampling employee feedback. Here locally, the Allegion facility donates all the locks for the Veteran Tiny Homes Community Project here in Kansas City to keep our veterans in need safe and secure. Allegion has also committed to doing the same thing across the U.S. as more veteran tiny home communities are built. The Olathe facility also donates over $1 million to the Habitat for Humanity in Kansas City. In the past, our employees have donated their time for such projects as Adopt a Street, Christmas in October, hosted fundraisers for such charities as Ronald McDonald House of Kansas City, and Adopt a Family for Christmas. They've even given blood to the local community blood centers by hosting blood donation events quarterly throughout the year. We look forward to continuing our partnership with these charities as pandemic restrictions ease and allow us to do so. These are just a few examples of how Allegion Olathe employees give back to their community. We also have members of the Allegion that volunteer on CTE programs and manufacturing advisory boards for Olathe, Belton, and Kansas City high schools. And now, I'd like to introduce Doug Pasquale, our Director of Global Logistics and Distribution. Doug?
Thanks, Joaquin. Allegion has also been committed to Johnson County and the surrounding community by continuing to operate in the area for over 43 years, primarily shipping Schlage residential locks and keys to every part of the U.S., from right here in Olathe, Kansas. No matter where you are in the United States, if you see a Schlage lock on the shelf of a Home Depot, Lowe's, Ace Hardware, or any other stores that sell Schlage locks, that lock came from this facility. Our 100 plus employees proudly ship approximately 500 orders per day, which is about 15,000 cases of locks, or the equivalent of over $1 million worth of product per day from our 300,000 square foot warehouse here in Olathe. Our annual payroll for our employees is over $10 million, and we look forward to continuing to grow both in staffing and in our business. Our recent $2 million automation upgrade to the facility ensures that Allegion will remain a strong employer in the Kansas City area for years to come, by allowing us to ship faster and directly to our customers, securing their businesses and homes. Manufacturers have lifted us from the destruction and disarray of wars and the despair and distress of economic recessions throughout U.S. history. Now, with COVID-19, manufacturers have mobilized to meet the greatest public health and economic threat of our time. A couple of examples: General Motors producing ventilators, or Allegion producing steel doors and frames for new COVID-19 testing centers. Throughout the pandemic, Allegion led with an immediate focus on the safety and health of our people, our customers, and our communities, leveraging our Be Safe, Be Healthy value as our long-standing true north. We kept our essential employees working and took extra precautions to keep them safe, whether they were at our sites or remote locations. Pictured here, you see various examples of different health and safety efforts and controls we put in place in order to do that. What's more, we have also made improvements in all year-over-year employee safety metrics. Manufacturing jobs today are safer than ever because of new ideas and technology. In 2020, we saw a 9% year-over-year reduction in our total reportable incident rate, 29% year-over-year improvement in lost time injury rate, and our value and investments have driven us to have an incident rate that is 88% below the reported 2019 U.S. industry average. Manufacturing, as you can see from just Allegion's local impact, is very important to the U.S. economy. Still, manufacturing, specifically in the U.S., is at a crossroads. We're facing a skills gap. 80% of manufacturers report there's a shortage of qualified applicants for open positions. Manufacturers reported that finding the right talent is now 36% harder than it was in 2018, even though the unemployment rate has nearly doubled the supply of available workers. It's easy to point to the stereotypes of manufacturing sweatshops portrayed by Hollywood and television features as generating a sense of perceived negativity that has not been overcome by the manufacturing industry. But it's more than that. Stories and firsthand accounts have been passed through families regarding less than desirable conditions of factory work, ranging from long hours to repetitive, mindless contributions. The manufacturing skills gap is also linked to the lack of STEM, the science, technology, engineering, and mathematics skills among workers, and fueled by a decline of technical education programs in high school, as well as a lack of interest in the manufacturing industry by today's youth. And due to that skills gap, it's expected there could be as many as 2.1 million unfilled positions in manufacturing in the U.S. over the next decade. At Allegion, manufacturing jobs are centered on employee empowerment, engagement, and innovation. We want your hearts and minds in addition to your hands and time. Allegion believes tools and technological investments are essential elements of being able to provide customers with shorter delivery cycle times and higher quality. Today, many new technologies and trends are impacting manufacturing, like robotics, the Internet of Things, and artificial intelligence. More than 12.3 million people are employed in manufacturing in the U.S. today. These millions of people are conceiving life-changing ideas, making a difference and improving the lives of others through manufacturing. Equity, inclusion, and diversity initiatives are having a positive influence at manufacturers, including Allegion. Manufacturing drives growth in our economy. Every dollar spent in manufacturing generates an additional $2.74 of value in other sectors. About 1.4 million U.S. manufacturing jobs were lost during the early days of the COVID-19 pandemic, according to a study by the National Association of Manufacturers, setting back the industry and the labor force by more than a decade. However, the industry has largely recovered those lost jobs and is now urgently seeking more workers. There are incredible jobs in manufacturing and a variety of expertise, from production and distribution to engineering and environmental health and safety. Locally, Allegion employs over 100 people in manufacturing. If you talk to our employees, many of them have worked in a number of these roles during their careers, developing a variety of skills. You'll hear some of those experiences in a panel discussion later today. And I believe there can be a bright future for manufacturing as we continue to see the introduction of new technologies. Tools and investments are essential elements of being able to provide our customers with the shorter delivery cycle times and higher quality they have come to expect. It is imperative to have employees who have the desire, the knowledge, expertise, and capability to envision, run, manage, and maintain such investments. Allegion is ready to hire and invest in young people that want to build a career in manufacturing. Allegion offers internship, skilled trade apprenticeship, early career, and tuition reimbursement opportunities. Now, some of our additional HR leaders would like to tell you a little more about the many valuable opportunities for growth and apprenticeship programs that are currently available at Allegion. Let's see what they have to say.
At Allegion, we currently have 7 apprenticeship programs at multiple facilities. Some examples of the programs we offer include industrial maintenance technician, industrial manufacturing technician, tool and die maker, and CNC machinist. Employees receive a formal certification at the conclusion of the coursework and on-the-job training. Some of the programs also include a Department of Labor journeyman's certification.
So in Indianapolis, I'm very excited about the program. We're actually just getting it off the ground. We're really focused on our CNC apprentices, where in Princeton, Illinois, we have more of an established program. We have over 20 apprentices in CNC, maintenance, and our tool and die programs. These programs are 3 to 4 years, and it requires 144 hours of online coursework, which equates to about 3 hours of work where individuals might come off the floor and take some online coursework while completing the program. It's also 2,000 hours a year of on-the-job training, where employees get a partner with a junior worker or a mentor to develop the skills that they need on the job.
We have industrial manufacturing, maintenance, machining, and CNC programming. The industrial manufacturing program is an 18-month program. The CNC programming and the maintenance and machining programs are all 4-year programs. Employees who participate are eligible to receive college credit that goes towards an associate's degree.
We currently will have our current employees as participants in our program.
We have men, we have women, those right out of school looking to advance their skill set, and then also those that have been with the company for over 20 years. So really it's a diverse group of people looking to expand their skills.
We're expanding our apprenticeship programs at Allegion to build a pipeline of skilled workers, to gain workers with skills that are customized to the specific needs of the business. These programs help retain employees by investing in them. And a recent Deloitte study on manufacturing reveals that 3.5 million manufacturing jobs will need to be filled over the next decade.
Apprenticeship programs are important because it gives the opportunity for employees to keep learning. Our apprentices will have the opportunity to learn on the job, not only hands-on learning as well as the educational online piece, but getting paid to learn.
These apprenticeship programs provide career and growth opportunities for our employees. Employees want to be challenged and they want to have an opportunity to grow their career. And these apprentice programs provide individuals a way to further develop a skill set that's very much in demand, which ultimately results in higher wages for our employees.
I believe that it's important for Allegion to expand its participation in apprenticeship programs. Oftentimes people will start in a manufacturing role not really even having an idea of what it's like to work in a manufacturing environment or where their path can take them when they are in manufacturing. And apprenticeships just opens up the door for them in so many areas where they are provided solid training on the job, as well as some background in understanding the business, understanding how their job impacts the manufacturing line.
Today in manufacturing, the skills that are critical for our employees would be attention to detail, critical thinking, good communication, interest and aptitude for technology, dependability, ability to be cross-trained, and a great work ethic.
The types of skills that are required in manufacturing today not only pertain to the job that they're doing, say, whether it be welding or powder coating or machining, but we also look for people that can work well with one another. The teamwork aspect of their job is so important.
We're looking for someone that's eager to learn, someone that's a team player, people that are looking for a challenge, someone that likes to work on a variety of projects or jobs and really likes to problem solve. And people that can look at a program, a system, or process and say, hey, I can do that better.
Not only does it give our employees the opportunity to continue learning and learning new skills, capabilities, but it also does ensure that we are on the front end of the manufacturing skills gap.
I know with Allegion, we do highly encourage people to pursue their educational degrees, and so the apprenticeship program gets them one step closer to having a degree, as well as giving them that footing in terms of getting career promotion and growth.
Apprenticeship programs help employers recruit and develop a highly skilled workforce that contribute directly to the productivity and profitability of the business. In addition, investing in our employees has always been a priority at Allegion. Apprenticeship programs provide a pathway for employees to upskill and reskill, ultimately advancing in their careers and addressing the skills gap our industry is facing.
I hope you enjoyed learning more about the many valuable opportunities to grow and develop in your career at Allegion. Importantly, if you were here with us today in person, you'd also have the opportunity to speak to many of our valued employees and hear their opinions on what manufacturing means to them, as well as the opportunities they've seen in their own careers in manufacturing. Let's take a look.
If you like to make a difference in the community, making the world a safer place, people's homes, schools, hospitals, other institutions, educational institutions, to make them a safer place for our people out in the world, then Allegion is the place to work.
Not only is it a good place to work, you got good friendly people to work with, and it's also a stepping stone for opportunities to grow in the company.
What makes me come to work every day is the people that I work with. I enjoy the people that I interact with on a daily basis. It just makes my job a lot easier.
I've never been at a job with the people in the area wanted to help the other people, newer hires, new employees as much as here.
So there's a lot of mentorship that goes on here.
The training was very hands-on, which I appreciate that a lot.
One thing I love the most about my job here is how much I am out on the floor and interacting with the people. They're the experts, and that's who I'm learning everything from.
I think what I'm proudest of working here at Steelcraft is just the relationships.
What makes me proudest about the work I do is the people. If we don't have the people, we can't make the safe products, the quality products that we do today.
When I found out these doors are going to hospitals and schools and, protecting kids, that made me take a lot more, pride in my job.
It feels good that knowing that we're going to give people that sense of security and a peace of mind.
I chose Allegion because of the values.
With all the Allegion core values, it really is not limited to just how you are as an employee, but you can take all of those core values with you outside of these walls and apply it to your life, which is huge.
So we encourage our new team members all the time when they come in the doors to demonstrate those values and be curious beyond the obvious. Have a passion for excellence. Don't be afraid to speak up. I don't care if it's day one.
One of our values is this is your business, run with it. So if you have an idea, you can make that happen and grow.
I feel there's a lot of opportunities, especially with Allegion. They definitely show that they're interested in internal movement, advancement within the company.
At Allegion, I feel like everybody is committed to my development, the team's development, and just pursuing improvement every single day.
There's chances to go to college with tuition reimbursement as well.
So anyone that's interested in the challenge, anyone that wants to be able to make a difference somewhere, get some input and actually make a difference, I think Allegion's a good company to work for.
Hard work gets recognized. I've learned a lot here. I've went from a sheet of metal all the way to loading a door to go to the warehouse. So I've done a lot, I've learned a lot, and I think it's a great trade to be into because you can learn so much from what you do in here.
My piece of advice would be learn, glean what you can from the person next to you, from the leaders, from the trainings that you're in.
Everything's going up more technologically, and I only expect it to keep going up.
I think the advancement in technologies at our plant in the last 10 years has been significant.
We're bringing in CNC equipment, robotics that allow those operators to kind of operate hands-off. We're a little more technical role and get to see that they're really doing a good job and doing it safely.
Day in, day out, the technology is improving every day.
I would describe the future of manufacturing as inspirational.
It's definitely challenging. So those who, enjoy that, get a kick out of, fixing things, it's definitely a good industry for them.
Exciting. There's always change. There's always new technology. There's always new challenges. It never gets boring.
I would say ever changing.
I would choose the word evolving.
Growth. Always growing, always on the move.
Progressive.
Innovation.
Satisfying.
So automation is definitely the future of manufacturing.
In my experience, I would say a journey. The reason why I say a journey is because in a journey, you know where you're going, but you don't know what you're going to see. You don't know what you're going to experience. And during a journey, you learn about so much because you're seeing things for the first time or seeing new things. That's kind of how I've looked at my career here, is that I kind of, once I got into the manufacturing, I knew where I was going, but I didn't know what I was going to see. I didn't know what I was going to experience. And almost on a daily, weekly basis, I'm seeing things for the first time or seeing new things, how to process things in a different way.
Because I think manufacturing is a really good opportunity and a good place to work.
So I would encourage anyone to pursue a career at Allegion.
I'm so proud and inspired by the employees who took the time to share their thoughts on their manufacturing careers. In an industry that's so vibrant, it's hard to sum up all the opportunities in one word or phrase. I'm also so extremely proud of the next group of employees you're getting ready to hear from, who will share personal stories about their manufacturing journeys.
Hello, everyone. Thank you so much for joining Allegion's 2021 Manufacturing Day event. My name is Jamie, and I am one of Allegion's communications managers. We are so excited to have each of you with us virtually today, and I'm even more excited for the opportunity to introduce you to a few of Allegion's employees from some of our U.S. manufacturing facilities. So with that, I'm going to go ahead and kick us off with some introductions. So panelists, I'm going to give each of you the opportunity to take a minute to share with us your name, your location, your role, and how long you've been with Allegion. So David, I'm going to kick it over to you first.
My name's David Tolentino. I've been with Allegion for 6 years. I'm from the California Chino facility, and my role is inventory specialist.
Thank you, David. Christine, how about you?
Hi, I'm Christine Halvis. I'm out of the Colorado Springs facility. I've been with Allegion for 5 years, and I'm a frontline leader.
Thank you, Christine. Jason?
Kia ora, g'day. Hello, my name is Jason. I am from the McKinsey, Tennessee plant, and my role, I guess you would call it, material specialist utility.
Thank you, Jason. Taviana, how about you?
So my name is Taviana Tyson, and I'm at the Olathe, Kansas facility, and I'm a material specialist.
Hi, Taviana. Sean, how about you?
My name's Sean Bilkey Smith. I've been with Allegion for about 2.5 years out of the Snoqualmie, Washington facility, and I'm a CNC machinist.
Thanks, Sean. Okay, Brandy.
Hello, my name is Brandy Smith. I'm at the Everett AD Systems facility, and I've been with Allegion for 3 years, as of this month, actually, and I'm in production control.
Thank you, Brandy. And thank you all so much for taking the time to share your experiences with us today. I want to start off by asking, oftentimes or sometimes, a lot of our employees don't necessarily expect to pursue a career in manufacturing. So I'm going to start with Sean on this one. Did you expect to pursue a career in manufacturing? And if not, why? And how did you find your start? And so more specifically, how did you find Allegion?
So no, I did not expect to get into manufacturing. My friend's dad worked in manufacturing and was an owner of a shop. And so that's where I got my first machining job. And I found out that I really liked working with my hands, that I didn't have to sit at a desk basically. And after a few shops here and there, I met one of my coworkers who ended up joining Allegion, and he told me about it, said it was a great opportunity, and said that I should apply. And so then I applied and got a job.
That's awesome. Thank you so much. David, did you have a similar experience, or how was your journey to finding manufacturing?
Well, my first choice was not manufacturing. I didn't even know it was actually a choice. I just happened to know somebody at a manufacturing facility previous to Allegion, and I fell in love with the welding, with the whole machining. That's where I started. I applied for a temp agency, which transferred me to Allegion, and trying to get out of the graveyard shift where I was before, and it just worked out. I've been here for 6 years, 5 years on the production line. And I just moved up into the office, and yeah, that's how I got to Allegion, and couldn't be happier.
Wow, it's really cool to hear about your growth throughout the manufacturing organization as well. Yeah. Brandy, how's your career path been in finding manufacturing?
I worked in a lot of different industries, restaurant, bartending, and moved into industrial construction, and found out I had a kind of a niche for ERP systems. And so after moving to Washington State, I applied for an order entry / admin position at AD. Since then, I've managed to get into production scheduling and then into production control, and really enjoy the ERP system implementations and process improvements.
Thank you so much for sharing. And that's a great lead in to our next question, which really shows that there are such a variety of different jobs within our manufacturing facilities, from the line to ERP systems. We have people putting things together. We have people running machines. We even have jobs people might not think about, like our ERP systems or robot operators, material schedulers, even customer service and enterprise excellence. So Christine, do you want to tell us a little bit more about your role and how it's critical to our manufacturing operations?
So my role as a frontline leader, on the production floor, I'm responsible for making sure our lines are running efficiently, and this is through a lot of strategic planning, different processes, and definitely the support from the team. And it's critical to our operations because we're the final lock assembly. We're the last ones to see the locks before they go out to our customers. So product quality is our top priority, and this definitely helps towards the safety and satisfaction of our customers.
Fantastic. Thank you so much for sharing. Sean, do you want to tell us a little bit more about your role?
Yeah, so everything begins with our department machining. We make the frames and windows, and we have to put the hardware procedures in, so all the holes, notches, and basically all that. And without any of that, you can't put the door together because there's no place for the hardware to go. So it all starts with us.
Great point. I know all of your roles are extremely critical to our manufacturing operations, but I'm going to last call on Jason to tell us a little bit more about his role and how it's critical to manufacturing.
Yeah, so I'm basically a utility in the warehouse here in Mackenzie, and my role essentially covers about 6 positions. I'm there to cover people when they are on vacation, if they're sick, or if they get called away from work urgently. I deal predominantly with all the finished goods that come out of pick and pack, and I set them up in the warehouse into day lanes and so forth, so on and so forth. I load out the less than truckload loads. That's the small 1-2 pieces here, not the bulk pull loads. I also set up the bulk pull loads, and I make sure everything is available and right there when someone needs it. So if anyone comes back to the warehouse to do another quality check, or if they need to add some parts to frames or doors that we have and need to take them back, I know exactly where they are. They just have to come and see me. So I control the organization back at the finished area of the warehouse right before we load it on the truck, which is the last step in the process. So if I miss something, it's not a good thing.
Fascinating. Well, thank you guys so much for sharing about that. It was really interesting to hear about the beginning of the process with machining and the end of the process as well. Thank you guys. So a unique benefit that Allegion offers is actually tuition reimbursement. At Allegion, we'll actually pay up to $8,000 a calendar year for you to go back to school. So David, I think this is an experience you can speak to. Have you currently used this tuition reimbursement, or and if so, has that helped you to pursue your professional goals, and how do you expect that to impact your career in manufacturing?
Yes, I have. I've actually used it for about 3 years now. It helped me get my my business administration degree, so it has helped me tremendously. Just not knowing I don't have to pay it out of my own pocket. That Legion cares enough to help us out to grow as well. And with my degree, I've actually stepped into the office as an inventory specialist, which I do all the inventory stuff. I make sure everything's accounted for budget wise, stuff like that. So which my long-term career here at Allegion that I want to get to is moving up into management. So hopefully, as I keep going, I may be able to do that by going even further using the tuition reimbursement and going further into my schooling.
Thank you so much for sharing that. And it's really cool to hear about all the opportunities for growth within Allegion and those that have taken advantage of this benefit. I know individuals personally that have taken advantage of this benefit all across the organization. So thank you so much for sharing your experience. So I know me personally, I can find so many ways that working at Allegion makes me proud. But Christine, do you want to share some ways that Allegion makes you the proudest and your work at Allegion makes you proud?
Honestly, it's really moments like when I'm out and about, I'm at the store, I could be at a doctor's appointment, on a military base, my kids' school, other people's homes, and then you see that they have Schlage locks installed. And, I just think about that impact, and it may be just a lock to some, just a means of access, but it's security. And to know that I'm a part of helping towards someone's safety is rewarding.
Absolutely, well said. Taviana, do you want to add to that? What about working at Allegion makes you proudest?
What makes me the proudest is the knowledge that you get when you're learning about these different locks. I just feel like you benefit so well. And when someone is actually having a problem with their lock, you're able to fix it. You're able to know, oh, I know what's wrong with this. I can help them.
Great point. Jason, what makes you proudest?
The fact that they've given me multiple roles to do, it just expands my knowledge of the business so much that, you know, I mean, before I used to look at it as a door, it's just a door. Now I sort of know how the ins and the outs work of it. You know, I can actually walk up to doors and around the place and say, oh yeah, that's an Allegion door, just by the shape of it. So I'm thankful for the teaching that they gave me, and the fact that they put all their faith in me and let me go where I could go with it.
Thank you so much. All right, well, we've had the opportunity to hear a little bit more about each of your manufacturing careers today. So I'm interested to hear, what piece of advice would you give to someone considering their own manufacturing career? Brandy, do you want to share a little bit more about that?
Ask questions. Yeah, it's the more questions you ask, the more knowledge you gain, and the further you can really expand what you're doing within the company, not just in manufacturing, but up through the management levels and into even now, like implementations with other facilities. So ask questions.
Great piece of advice. Taviana, what piece of advice would you give to someone?
A piece of advice I would give someone is to apply yourself. If you apply yourself to your job, you will become more advanced and you will gain so much more experience, and you can pass along to people before that. And I'd say like this would be a good opportunity to grow through a company and just experience more of that.
It's a great piece of advice as well. Thank you so much. All right, so I'm going to ask each of you to answer this final question for us today. So to summarize, if you could describe today's manufacturing careers or even your own manufacturing career in one word or phrase, what would it be? And David, I'm going to ask you to go first.
I would say variety. Nobody knows this, but manufacturing is such a broad thing, and you know, from being on the line, from management, you have those people, accounting, programming, engineering. So variety for sure.
Variety is a great one. Christine, what would you say?
I would say evolving. There's always so many opportunities out there and just different ways to create yourself as a better asset to the company.
I like it. Jason, what's your word or phrase?
I would say it's really one of the only certainties in a facing uncertain future of this world. You've got to have the manufacturing. It's always going to be there. Can't live without it.
Great point. Taviana, what's your word or phrase?
I would say possibilities. There's so many more things that you can learn from this company. And as you can see, you can grow a lot more than you know.
Love that. Sean, what was yours be?
I would say it'd be exciting. You get to work with tools and materials that most people have never heard of or don't even really know about, and the technology is ever changing, and it's always exciting.
Great. Brandy, round us out. What would be your one word or phrase?
Adaptable.
Why would you say adaptable?
We are challenged quite often just within our fabrications that we get and requests from customers, but also, you know, like with 2021 and adapting to doing things differently. And a lot of people in the organization are very adaptable to what we need to do to get our jobs done.
I think that's a great one, and I think we can all relate to the need to adapt, and we've all been doing a lot of that lately. So great point. Thank you guys so much. And truly just want to thank each of you for so much for taking the time to share your valuable insights and experiences with all of us today, and especially the students who are listening today. We truly appreciate all of the essential work that you do to support our manufacturing operations. So again, just thank you all so much for your time today.
The employees you just heard from truly showcase the broad variety of experiences available in our field. Now, I have the honor of introducing yet another Allegion team member who's had many valuable experiences in manufacturing. In fact, this individual oversees Allegion's 30+ manufacturing operations across the globe. I could share a lot about Cindy's leadership and her career achievements, but I know she's here today because she wants to share her own real-life story about the value of and opportunities within manufacturing. Cindy, the floor is yours.
Great. Thank you, Doug. And hey, hi, everyone. It's great to get to join you and talk about a topic that I am so passionate about, manufacturing. And I hope that what you've heard so far today has inspired each of you to consider this field. After listening to the panel discussion that we just heard, I want to start by answering the question about what one word or phrase signifies manufacturing for me. And for me, it would actually be 2 words. It would be my life. I would also mention, like Nick said in the Employee Voices video, it really has been just an incredible journey. I've been in the manufacturing industry for 35 years now, and it's truly been the centerpiece of my life, both from a career standpoint, but also from a financial and personal standpoint. Like several of our panelists, I also funded my college education through opportunities presented to me through manufacturing. But more than that, I've purchased my home, I've raised 4 daughters and put them through college, traveled the world many, many times over. I spent six years working in a foreign country. I've kept up with technology, made many, many friends over the years, learned a ton, and really just lived my life thanks to the opportunities that a career in manufacturing afforded. And I've never stopped learning, and the journey, it continues. So I want to start with, how did I begin and why did I choose manufacturing? For me, at the time I graduated from high school, the economy was in a recession and jobs were hard to come by, completely different than how it is today. I remember in my hometown, they opened this Mr. Donut store, and I think they were hiring like 12 people, and the economy was so bad, 400 people applied for 12 jobs at a donut shop. I mean, that's what the economy was like. So I was very sensitive to choosing a field that I knew would be interesting and challenging, but also one that would provide long-term, strong career options and growth. So I ended up attending Purdue University in Indiana, and I earned a degree in industrial engineering. While I was in college, I got to work as a co-op student for General Motors. And then after graduation, I went on to work full-time at the same location of GM as an industrial engineer. Back then when I started, I was an engineer on the factory floor. My first job was working really on setting up assembly lines for automotive electronics. I designed material handling systems and was responsible for getting these installed, getting the control logic at least spec'd and debugged. And it was really a lot of fun to see my creations come into fruition on the factory floor. Interestingly, the GM plant that I started working in is actually one Doug referred to. It's in Kokomo, Indiana, and it is one of the major automotive plants that you may have heard about during the early COVID activity that was enlisted to make ventilators when they were in short demand. And I was really very, very proud to see this effort, and it was really hit home to me on how important manufacturing, here in the U.S. is to the U.S. security and our way of life. Throughout my career, I moved between different roles in manufacturing, like some of you have heard about today. This allowed me to learn a number of different skills early in my career that I've been able to build upon as I progressed. After working for about 5 years at GM, I actually left for a year. I returned to Purdue to earn my master's degree, also in engineering. Similar to the great tuition programs that we have here at Allegion, I took advantage of GM's tuition reimbursement program. And I just cannot stress enough what a amazing, great benefit that is, to be able to get college degree without incurring, a lot of student loans, and also what a great investment that education is for you and for your future. A major milestone for me along the way was a job I took as a plant manager for General Motors in Reynosa, Mexico. During my 6 years there, I went on to be the overall leader of 4 plants with about 4,000 employees producing all kinds of automotive electronics. I was the only U.S. woman that was part of GM. You know, GM had a number of plants in Mexico at the time, tens of thousands of employees. I was the only U.S. woman working there at a time. It was a huge learning experience for me and really a great adventure for my family. Eventually, I decided to make a move from GM in the automotive industry to Ingersoll Rand, which was the predecessor to Allegion. While I was a little nervous to moving to a new company after 20 years in automotive, I quickly found that the manufacturing and the leadership skills that I'd learned in automotive were directly applicable to a complete different industry. At Allegion, I've led the quality organization. I then moved into leading the operations organization for the Americas. From there, I had the opportunity to lead purchasing, which is really interesting. And now I'm leading the entire global operations and supply chain organization, which you can imagine is quite an interesting job when you hear all the news about supply chain. My more recent roles have been very global in nature, which has led to significant travel. Last year in 2020, we really locked down on travel just because it was difficult with the pandemic. But in 2019, I traveled to Asia, Europe, and Mexico each at least 4 times. I was leading purchasing then, and there was just a lot of interaction that led to. I also went to Australia that year. I've worked with so many wonderful people and with them helped to make a difference for our customers and our employees. When I was in your position, way back when I decided to go into engineering and go to Purdue, ended up going to manufacturing, I really had absolutely no idea of the journey that I have had and the experiences that I've lived. I could have never predicted that. But as I said, manufacturing has really given me a great life, so many great experiences and people along the way. So let me just close by saying manufacturing is important. It's extremely rewarding. It's a great field. Employees of all skill sets are in high demand. They were actually even back in the day when 12 or 400 people were applying for a donut shop, 12 jobs, and they're definitely in high demand now. We need you. Manufacturing in the U.S., it's critical to the U.S. economy. It's critical to the U.S. security. And that being said, we live in a global economy now. So many roles today in manufacturing have some global aspect. Manufacturing is on the forefront of technology, and continuing to learn and develop skills is a must. Manufacturing jobs pay well above many other sectors, and this will likely continue as skills continue to be in high demand. And finally, I would say manufacturing is a broad and exciting field with many different paths that you can pursue, and mine is really just one example. So I guess with that, I will turn it back over to Jamie.
Thank you, Cindy, and thank you so much for sharing those inspirational words and for sharing your experiences with manufacturing with us. We really appreciate it. And now we will move into some time for questions and answers. So if you have not already and would like to submit a question, please feel free to do so in the chat feature on the right-hand side of your Teams live screen. We do have a few already here submitted, so we'll go ahead and start with those. For this first one, I think it would be great to have everyone answer it. And it's what's one piece of advice you would give to the students today or someone who is looking to join the manufacturing industry? And Cindy, given your comments that you just shared with us, would you like to start with that one?
Well, I think I kind of did give them. I'll give them again. One is, if you can take advantage of tuition reimbursement, it's just a great investment. It's a great investment in yourself, getting that next level of education. You're at the point, all of you are, sort of in your lives. It's, it'll pay dividends for many years to come. Life is long, life is short. I mean, take advantage of that. The other thing I would say in manufacturing is just think about getting a lot of different experiences early in your career. there's a lot of different aspects in manufacturing. You can work in quality, you can work in materials, you can be a supervisor, you can work in engineering, and you have the opportunity to work across those different lines if you go into a manufacturing company like Allegion. And it's really good to get that diversity, because technology changes, companies change, and as you advance, as you get older and advance in your career, it gives you a lot of skills to build on.
Wonderful. Thanks so much for summarizing. Appreciate it. Doug, do you want to add, what's your one piece of advice that you would share?
Yeah, I would just say take advantage of opportunities like what's being presented today. As Cindy mentioned, there's a growing need for manufacturing employees, and there's a ton of opportunities. So go explore those. Call Joaquin if you need to, and take a look at the facility and see what we have to offer, or other companies have to offer in the field. I think, I have a son who's a senior in high school trying to do the same thing, figure out what he wants to do. And I think the more you get out and the more you see and talk to people about what the opportunities are, the more you'll find that passion.
Great advice as well. And Joaquin, round us out. What is your piece of advice that you would share?
Yeah, it goes right along with what Doug and Cindy said, right? Be open to experience and try new things. Don't be afraid to try new things. You never know what going to open the next door and what you're going to enjoy doing. So just be open to those things.
Excellent advice as well. Thank you so much. All right, for the next question, Joaquin, actually, I will pose this one to you as well. And it's, what does pay look like in a manufacturing career? Could you expand a little bit more on that?
Sure. Pay in the manufacturing, as you've heard, there are many different facets to manufacturing. So you've heard everything from the people who work on the floor to engineering to Cindy in C-suite and myself in human resource. But when you're looking at an entry-level position, such as on the floor, you're looking, a very competitive wage, starting wage that's above most areas of basic pay, right? So here at Allegion, in Olathe, for example, we start between $17 and $20 an hour coming in, and that's with no experience in the manufacturing, and then growing from there. So I think it kind of just depends on your ability to learn and to continue growing, but you can go from very basic pay, like I said, from that beginnings of $17 to $20 to all the way up the ladder, right? So hope that answers that question.
It does. Thank you so much, Joaquin. Appreciate it. For the next question, I'm sure it's going to be hard to boil it down to just one, but it's, what is one of your fondest memories from the manufacturing floor? Cindy, is there one you'd like to share?
No, there's not just one. I can't one. So I'll give a theme, okay? It is hard. It's hard to boil it down, especially someone like me with 35 years working in manufacturing. But I will tell you, it's not like, oh, a memory when our plant got this award, or the president of the company came in and congratulated us. It wasn't something like that. It was the relationships and the people and the baby showers and the pizza parties when we had a really good day, and the friendships you develop. And really, when you think about it, you spend so much time in your working life working, and the folks you work with really become family. And I would say, it's just the development of those relationships. And I look back, even people that my husband and I were friends with when we started working at GM and right out of college. We have close friendships with a lot of those people now. And even though we're working at different companies now, and people live different places, those are some of our closest friends. And I just think it's the people, it's the relationships. We heard a lot about that through the videos, and it's the truth. And I think in manufacturing, a large organization, and the way manufacturing's set up, you have the chance to get to know people and build relationships. People typically stay a while. I mean, they're not like, maybe in some other businesses, people kind of churn a lot. I mean, it's you just have the chance to develop those relationships, and those are really important. And so for me, that would be my pseudo answer.
I love that. Thank you so much for sharing. Doug, can I ask you to share one of your fondest memories from the manufacturing floor as well?
Yeah, similarly though, it won't be just one. So there's a lot of them. To Cindy's point, in a lengthy career that I've had in manufacturing and operations, it's hard to just pinpoint one. I would tell you the theme for me is similar to Cindy, but I enjoy as a person just solving problems. So I love being out on the floor. I love looking at the lines, and there's a concept in manufacturing, continuous improvement. And for me, that's always been a driving force, is just always looking at things a little bit critically to see if there's a better way to do it. And I just love it when we're challenged with a problem in an operation and you rally a team and you figure out a solution, you fix it, you make things better. It's better for the customers, better for the company, it's better for our bottom line and profitability, it's better for health and safety, and all the things that are important to us. So those are the things that really rally me and rally the team in general. And to Cindy's point, it's great working in an environment where everybody has that same mindset, where you really want to continue to improve, continue to work together, and it's just a great environment and very rewarding.
Those are awesome memories as well. Thank you so much, Doug. And for the next question, I am going to come to Joaquin for this one, and they're asking, how has Olathe been able to continue operating throughout the pandemic?
Yeah, that's a great question, because we did see a lot of companies around, especially in this area here, that did temporarily close. Fortunately, here in Olathe, our facility, our operations continued throughout the pandemic. We never did close at any one time. And I think that has a lot to do with our people and embracing our values, do the right thing, serving others, not yourself. So we adopted some early pandemic type of safety protocols. We were wearing masks and trying to social distance before that actually became out from the CDC. We also placed openers on our doors so we didn't have to use our hands, continued to cleaning regimens and everything that we're doing today, but we are early adopter. And like I said, I think that comes down to the people in the facility embracing those values that we have and really jumping in and doing the right thing to keep each other safe. And we did some things as a corporate level, but that's what we did here as a local level to continue operating safely.
Excellent. Thank you so much for sharing. And that is all of the time that we have for questions today. So just want to thank you so much for your engaging questions, and thank you to Joaquin and Doug and Cindy so much for your responses. We really appreciate it. And at this time, we do want to share with you some special remarks from a few of our elected officials from the great state of Kansas.
Hello, I'm Governor Laura Kelly. On Friday, October 1st, we celebrate Manufacturing Day, a time to recognize the critical importance of our state's manufacturing sector. In Kansas, manufacturing is an essential industry. It strengthens our economy, it creates good jobs, and it fosters innovation. More than 2,500 manufacturing firms operate in Kansas, producing 81% of our state's yearly exports. In 2020, we exported $9.4 billion worth of manufactured goods to other countries. Manufacturers account for over 16% of our state's annual economic output. But as with any industry in Kansas, our manufacturing excellence is about more than exports or economic contributions. It starts with the people. Nearly 164,000 Kansans are employed in manufacturing jobs. That's over 11% of our total workforce. Every day they brainstorm new cutting-edge ideas to make life better for Kansans. Throughout our history, manufacturers have lifted us from wartime destruction, supported us through economic recessions, and mobilized during the COVID-19 pandemic to meet the greatest public health and economic threat of our time. Today and every day, we appreciate the work of our manufacturers and of the industry as a whole. My administration is doing everything it can to support manufacturing success here in Kansas. Our state's potential for manufacturing excellence is unlimited. We have the unique trifecta of dead center of the country location, a dynamic and responsive infrastructure foundation, and a highly skilled workforce and an unrivaled work ethic. Know that my administration is actively leveraging these strengths, drawing on partnerships and expertise, and coordinating efforts statewide to support our manufacturers and continue to grow the manufacturing sector in Kansas. Take care and celebrate your industry.
Hello, I'm Senator Dr. Roger Marshall. Thanks for having me here today. I want to kick things off by saying a big thank you to Allegion for making this year's Manufacturing Day event possible for students like you throughout our great state. Manufacturers play a critical role in the Kansas economy and are vital to the success of so many industries. In fact, the most recent data shows total output from manufacturing in Kansas is over $27 billion annually, employing approximately 165,000 people across the state. I've had the opportunity to tour facilities in nearly every county across the state, from Spirit Aerosystems and Textron Aviation in Wichita, which make airplane fuselages and business jets, to Grasshopper mowers in Mound Ridge or Cobalt boats in Neodesha, nationally recognized brands made right here in Kansas. Manufacturing spans many different sectors from agriculture to pharmaceuticals and aerospace structures, providing job opportunities for a diverse range of skill sets and interests. Manufacturers can provide individuals with on-the-job training, setting up folks with the skills and the know-how to have long and successful careers as welders, mechanics, electricians, or even accountants. Many manufacturing companies offer above average compensation and offer positions which require a 2-year degree, giving students opportunities after attending one of our state's top of the line technical colleges or community college. This means less time spent in school and less student debt, allowing you to get a jump start in your professional career and the bright future I know is in front of each and every one of you. I appreciate the opportunity to speak with you all about the importance of manufacturing in our state and what the industry has to offer promising young people like yourselves. Have a great day and enjoy the rest of today's program.
Hi everyone, Representative Sharice Davids here. I represent the 3rd District of Kansas in the United States Congress. I think it's awesome that you all are taking the time today to learn about careers in manufacturing. In Congress, I'm on the Small Business Committee, and I often get the chance to talk with manufacturing businesses and manufacturing business owners from around the community here in the Kansas 3rd and around the state of Kansas. I'm constantly learning new things from my meetings, and I'm always impressed by the new technology and innovation within the industry. For example, during the beginning of the pandemic, a local manufacturer came to me because they wanted to help with the shortages on personal protective equipment that we were experiencing. And, at the time, healthcare workers were having trouble getting the medical supplies and that personal protective equipment that they needed. And it was a real problem. This manufacturer stepped up and they were able to secure federal funds to help them pivot so that they could make new types of PPE and really fill a critical need in our supply chain. And now their technology has been recognized by the FDA, and they also inspired me to introduce a piece of legislation that would help other manufacturers like them accomplish the same kind of thing. And, with 160,000 people across the state of Kansas employed in this area, I think this is a real opportunity for us to support new technologies and businesses. And it's a thriving, innovative industry. And I hope that you get to hear more inspiring stories today. And, you all are the future of our manufacturing sector and of our state and of our nation. And I'm excited to see what comes from today and what comes from all your innovative minds. So enjoy Manufacturing Day with Allegion, and I hope to see you all soon.
Excellent. As we conclude today's session, I ask that you help us spread the word that manufacturing is vibrant and is valuable. We're looking for talented people like you to join us and make a career in manufacturing. And we encourage you to participate in technical education opportunities, and we hope that you will check back with us for future opportunities. Thank you again for your time today. We greatly appreciate it.